Pow wow yo yippee yay guys, power number 36, and I'm super excited to be with you guys. As always, we'll dig down and love the community, then talk about what's happening on the markets and give you a little bit of update of what's happening on SwissBorg network. As you guys know, my name is Cyrus Fazel, proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg, always here to serve you. It's gonna be a very short one, this one, guys. The community, FirefoxCH, was wondering if we have widgets. We do have some widgets on Mac. We don't have any on Android though. So if you're a Mac user, you can do it on your MacBook, or you have it as well in the app, and it's a really good way to see what the market is doing and your favorite tokens. So long story short, I think so a lot of people has been saying, why are we not in a bull market yet? I think so this bull market is very different from others. And there's definitely this, this dip that's going between 58 and 70, and we might visit 50 again. The main thing is that we're seeing that we're not yet in the crazy euphoric type of a bull market, right? Bitcoin has done extremely well. Ethereum does that okay. And Solana has been really to this. I don't buy this alt, by the way, versus Bitcoin anymore. And this graph, it's good, but to be honest, the altcoins like Solana is not a really altcoin anymore. I think so. There's a lot of different narratives, and we should change this. So right now we have said again, Bitcoin has been the huge narrative with the IPO that happened. Obviously, Solana has came from the ashes to potentially replace Ethereum and had a huge amount of community building, a lot of different crazy meme tokens, but not only that, it's been great deepens, things like that. And so far, this cycle has been very much correlated to the injection of liquidity. So the injection of liquidity is really much what does carry a lot, right? If essentially rates remain high, it's very hard for people to take risk and to start to get into really the main crypto high risk type of assets, right? And I think always, if you look at what have happened in the previous cycle, starting the COVID, then this was the starting the bull market, right? At the end of the COVID, then rates started to climb back on, and stock markets and Nasdaq and eventually crypto pretty much blew up, right? And I think so. This is what we really have to understand. If you look at the seasonality of what's going to happen in the next coming days, 2 weeks from now, the Fed is gonna come out, right, and it's gonna start cutting rates. We know that September is never a good month in average, but October, November, and December are really strong months for crypto. And what we know already from this is that the total net flow of dollars into Bitcoin through the ETFs has been quite crazy, right? It's been really growing on a nice way, right? That's something that's really nice to understand, and that is without taking consideration how the rates, by cutting them, people will go to more and more risky assets, which is really beautiful. The net flow, though, I think so, of ETF on Ethereum has not been as great as expected. And that's a lot because, well, Grayscale had a lot of ETH that left from it. So the big next dates is 2 weeks from now, right? We have the Fed meeting that's going to happen. Most people think it's going to be 25. I'm pretty sure it's going to be 25. There's no reason that it will be more than 25, except if next week on the 11th, the CPI report is really bad. And then as well, if the employment rate as well is really bad, it's not going to look probably good. The jobs report. If those both are really bad, then the market will plunge a lot, and then you need to have a huge cut to make sure that people don't panic. But I don't believe that the central banks, they play this in a smart way. There's no big surprises. They always act in a more like a grandfather type of reaction, right? They really anticipate this, and they play it in quite a smooth and sustainable way, I think so. So we'll probably have multiple cuts that will happen every quarter, and this will inject just more liquidity in the markets. And the good thing about that is that this bull market probably will last all 2025. So this is something that is interesting to see, is that we'll probably have at least another year minimum going through this bull market. And what is nice to see is that crypto has these macroeconomical cycles, which not necessarily had as much, at least in the first cycle, in the second cycle, but definitely had in the last cycle, and most probably this one too. So and here you see what has happened in the past, and this shows that when essentially you're cutting rates here, if you look this and the correlation of what crypto did, it did tank just here, right, in 22. So and I think so this shows again why this asset class is now very correlated to the regular stock exchange, and especially to NASDAQ and more risky assets, because there's just bigger players that are playing it. And back then it was very retail, and retail were not necessarily looking at it. They're not very sophisticated, but now even the retail is sophisticated. And on top, look, we're talking about the Fed that like 2 cycles ago, like people didn't even know what the Fed was, to be honest. So yeah, I think so this is something really to take in consideration, which is that we'll probably have, as this is showing here, 1.5 years where, you know, the Fed will be cutting rates. And if you look at this was probably in March. It went till November, so March 2020, if I'm not mistaken, to essentially, and November 21. So it went a little bit more than a year. It went roughly 18 months. So this probably, as I was saying, so it could even go actually into the bull market to 26 if this had the same pattern. And I don't see this market going south until the Fed is still cutting rates, because they'll just be injecting more liquidity. And if you think about like, oh, well, what retail will do, well, you still have, well, the other part, which is these ETFs, and still when there's still money going into these ETFs, this will push the market. Same as what it done, you know, right in March, like February, March, which are crazy months, right? If not the market itself, it sucks. Nothing really to talk about. It's been bloody ones. We might go again through other bloody ones. We'll see what's happening on the 6th and next week too. But this is a short term. I think, I still believe this quarter is going to be extremely good quarter for crypto and for us. We have a lot of events happening. I just had a beautiful call with Julien Nass, by the way, that we're going to have so many We Are SwissBorg events in France, but hopefully as well in UK and essentially, a lot of other places in Switzerland. We're having cool ones, of course, with Tesla for Intro la Crypto. This is a really nice one. We have ones in, we're having one very cool in Valais. Donc, pour ceux qui sont en Valais, rejoignez-nous. There's going to be a really cool one as well that's going to happen in Singapore. So please make it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And maybe if you want to do your events, just find a bar and bring some cool people, and we'll bring the team to talk to your loved ones and do an Intro la Crypto for you guys. Please take this initiative to make it happen. Just quickly, it's going to be Vala, all about Vala this week. As you guys understood, Vala is a really cool app that essentially enables the Gen Z generation to trade and to be on social media in an easy way. So it's going to be a BorgPad opportunity. It's going to be on the SwissBorg app very soon. In talking about BorgPad, the BorgPad opportunity, Solana ID was a great one. It was very successful. They raised a bit more than $500,000 with 1,000 users that invested, such as myself. 147 were new into into the alpha opportunities, and we had 50% that used their own funds and 50% of people that actually chipped in by investing into this with new net money. Social media engagement, the Defi Royale results. So we did this meme thing, which was quite fun. We're trying to figure out if we should do this again. We're thinking about DeFi, because we were thinking about maybe launching a DeFi thematic, and we believe that probably DeFi will be a very good one to position itself as one of the next big, I would say, vertical that could be great for investments. The reason is that fundamentally most of these companies are fundamentally backed by real businesses with real business models that are making real money. And maybe it's not the narrative yet, but we still believe a lot of companies who have been managing DeFi protocols for some time will come back, and it'll be really cool to see that happening. And we're talking about that, but we think that this meme battle royale, if we do the same one with DeFi, how can we make it better? Should we make it shorter? Should we make like 2-3 battles per, like 5 battles per week? Like, please let us know, or ask the founders of these different companies to actually have Twitter spaces and battle themselves. Try to let us know what you think the best and how we can make more engagement. This one had some noise. Obviously, it was summer, which was very low in activity, but it didn't bring so much downloads at the end. Some Borg data here, nothing great, to be honest. 155,000, 154 people only new in the app, and same for the volume and the number of activity in the app. Nothing has been really, really great, to be honest. It's been quite low, which brings us to the community index, which is not fantastic. It brings us to 5.8. Not bad, not great. We hope that now that we're back to school, things get better. Beautiful Burger, as we were talking, we are working on a lot of cool stuff, and I really want to pass this out, which is, what is for you the most crucial thing in wealth management that we have not been able to develop yet at SwissBorg? I really want to hear you out, because this is very, very important. I think so. We've done a lot of things that have built like cool products, and we curated different tokens, and we've created ways to manage risk and show how risk is portrayed, and the transparency, the ethos, a lot of things that have been, thought and put into the app is, I would say, much cleaner than you would see on other places, right? But what I would like to know is, what are the things that is missing? And right now we're working on something that's really cool, and maybe you have it right now in your mind. So share it on here in the YouTube video as a comment, share it on Twitter, wherever you want, and let's figure out what's the next big thing for SwissBorg that will change our game forever. I couldn't be more excited. I almost have goosebumps right now. This is something that will make us so different and will make you so fortunate, that I think that will change the game forever. As always, be healthy, be wealthy, lower Borg equity. Take care, guys. Much love. Bye.
Thank you for watching our weekly powwow episode. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to leave a like. And if you didn't, tune in next week anyway, so that you can figure out if it's better then. Bye.